Fox 9 Buzz starts right now with Alex Kendall, Jason Matheson, and Keith Marler.
Well, it has been in effect for years, but debate continues over Minnesota's smoking ban.
That's right. With efforts underway to weaken the ban, supporters will rally at the Capitol today to keep the ban as is. And joining us with more is Dr. Courtney Jordan Beckler, cardiologist and spokesperson for the American Heart Association. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
So explain the effort to change the smoking ban. What is exactly the effort?
Well, unfortunately, this season there's a whole group of new legislators at the Capitol, and we've actually seen laws coming out and ideas to weaken freedom to breathe. And, you know, freedom to breathe is a law that passed in 2007 and eliminated smoking throughout businesses, bars, and restaurants through all of Minnesota.
What specifically don't some of the new legislators, what don't they like?
Well, there's rumors that there's been less business in these bars and restaurants, but personally I have a brother who happens to own a restaurant and bar in Minnesota, and there's actually no research at all to substantiate those economic losses.
Okay, but the smoking ban, it still seems to be popular on both sides of the aisle with lawmakers.
It's extremely popular. There was a survey that went out that nearly 80% of Minnesotans support this law. So why we're seeing any reason to weaken it all makes no sense. And really from a medical standpoint, you know, it's the best thing that we can do is to eliminate these exposures to workers and also then to youth who might start seeing this and initiate smoking. And
Doctor, the topic of secondhand smoke always comes up. It's a renewed topic. Remind us all of some of the dangers of the realities of secondhand smoke. Well,
the biggest thing for me as a preventative cardiologist is that we actually see direct links with increased heart attacks, and we see in states who've passed these laws that the number of heart attacks have gone down. There's also lots of lung-related issues, asthma, and all sorts of illness. And in general, people are just not quite as well when they're in those environments.
And this is pretty documented medical research.
Very
the
sound.
Connection between asthma and heart disease. And
absolutely,
such.
Absolutely.
Okay, so today in St. Paul there is a rally. Can you tell us what's happening there?
Yeah, it's going to be really neat. There's going to be over 400 people there from a variety of organizations, including the American Heart Association, to lobby against the tobacco efforts.
So as it stands right now, are you hopeful that it will stay as is? What's the temperature if you were to, as of this morning, what are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm hopeful. I think there's some legitimate threats to roll back and weaken the current laws that we have for freedom to breathe, but with 80% of Minnesotans supporting this, and we're the 6th healthiest state in the country, I'd hate to see rollbacks happen. Again, tobacco continues to be the #1 preventable cause of all mortality for the state of Minnesota, and it would be just a tragedy to see any sort of rollbacks against this.
Yeah, kids today, I was saying to Jason and to the doctor that, you know, they live in young kids live in a world where they're not faced with smoke unless, of course, they have it in their own homes, and it's a changed world because of that, especially people that grew up with smoke all around us.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Dr. Beckler, thank you. Some good information and good reminders.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Doctor. Once again, the rally happening from 12:30 to 1 today at the State Capitol.